Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Alrighty guys, well let me start off by saying this has been a very bad day for the SEC. One thing that has always perked my interest about this entire thing, this whole Ethereum free pass, was the fact that the SEC decided to go after Ripple, despite the fact that Ethereum was the way easier target. It didn't make sense if the SEC was really trying to gain control over the crypto market, why they wouldn't go for the easier case. Since the SEC first started talking about cryptocurrencies at their agencies, there's literally only been one thing they have been consistent about, and that is that they view all ICOs as securities. Now this begs the question, if the SEC was really trying to go after different cryptocurrency companies to gain control over the industry, why would they go after a firm like Ripple, who never held an ICO, when they had such an easy target in Ethereum? The SEC had made it clear for years that they viewed all ICOs as a securities offering, and that's pretty much been the only thing the SEC has been consistent on. Yet, they very obviously let Ethereum get a free pass with their ICO, and then continue to go after different projects who never did an ICO. This raised some serious alarms for me, because when I looked at this, I was like, the SEC strategy literally doesn't make any sense. They picked the hardest target to go after and are trying to enforce policies they never made clear to the market. It almost seemed to me like Ethereum was given some kind of immunity because they were able to do things that no one else in the industry would ever be able to get away with. Right here we can see on the Consensus website, they literally had a tab on their website for retail investing. This is something that Joseph Lubin, the leader of Consensus and the Ethereum Foundation, has specifically told us that the SEC told him this is a no-go. You are not allowed to market your token as a retail investment. And this is something the Ethereum Foundation and Consensus seem to have no problem doing. This is all while Ripple is being sued for almost this same exact thing. And the funniest part is Ripple went out of their way not to do things like this. So it shows that the SEC is holding different projects to completely different standards. And this is one of those things very early on that made me realize that this case has nothing to do with Ripple doing something wrong, and that there was something so much bigger going on behind the scenes that was really driving this case forward. And what was this thing going on behind the scenes? Well, Empower, a third-party agency investigating the SEC, actually released some exculpatory emails today that divulges right into that. Now, just remember, we're going to talk about later in this video directly how this can be used by Ripple in their case against the SEC, but it's super important to point out how insane these emails are. These aren't just normal bad. These are really bad. Let's take a look at what John Deaton said. He said Hinman didn't just have a retirement benefit. He had an ongoing financial interest in the success of Simpson Thacher. The better his law firm did, the better he did. Helping clients equals money. Ethics told him not to meet with his partners, yet he continued to. He was a double agent. So the emails that got released today, and we're about to go through them, directly shows that Bill Hinman was getting paid by lawyers working with the Ethereum Alliance to promote policies that were pro-Ethereum. This shows that when Bill Hinman gave the Ethereum free pass speech, he was completely corrupted and gave this speech in the interest of the Ethereum Foundation. This is very obviously the most likely reason why the SEC chose to go after a project like Ripple rather than Ethereum. Despite the fact that Ethereum was a way easier case, the Ethereum Foundation was simply paying off the people who were bringing the enforcement actions. Therefore, rather than taking the easy case, the case that actually made sense for the SEC to make, they chose to go after a party like Ripple, who for all intents and purposes were only trying to do the right thing. They were meeting with lawyers, they were meeting with the SEC, saying how do we get the same compliance status as Ethereum? And yet they were just met with a lawsuit and given no answers. It is obvious that the SEC was picking winners and losers at the time, and you guys are not going to believe it when we break into these emails. So this is an email chain that got released today between the SEC Ethics Office and Bill Hinman. Just the fact alone that the SEC Ethics Office was very aware of conflicts of interest going on at this time proves that this is in no way any kind of conspiracy theory. Unless you think the SEC Ethics Office investigating their own commissioners is a conspiracy theory, then I don't know what to tell you. The fact that the SEC's Ethics Office knew about this shows that what we are digging up here has a ton of merit, and this has actually already been investigated by the SEC themselves. So let's break into this and read what the Ethics Office had to say. So this email is from the SEC Ethics Office to Bill Hinman. Happy to talk live. My outlook is up to date if you want to schedule something. However, the analysis is the same for Simpson Thacher as it always has been. You have a bar under the criminal financial conflict with Simpson because you have an ongoing financial interest in the firm. Meeting with them while having such a conflict is not permitted. As we discussed during your briefing, even calls with them are not permitted. It is also a serious optics issue. You can't be seen granting them special status to a firm that you have financial interest in. This meeting is small enough to raise concerns. And then ongoing, but Bill, it occurs to us that you have a full financial conflict with your old firm, not just an impartial one. Hence, you should not be having any meetings with your old firm, even group meetings. This is huge. Right here we have the SEC's Ethics Department telling Bill Hinman, you have a complete financial conflict of interest going on here with Simpson Thacher, and you need to stop meeting with them immediately because this is very bad optics for the organization. Well, what does Bill Hinman go on to do? He goes on to give the Ethereum Free Pass speech directly for Simpson Thacher, who is the Ethereum Foundation's biggest law firm client. This could not be more obvious, and the fact that we dug this up and the SEC was trying to hide this is insane. Even crazier though, according to Empower Oversight, even after he was administered these warnings by the SEC's Ethics Department, he continued to meet with Simpson Thacher at least 3 more times. This completely confirms the fact that he was not working for the SEC when he was supposed to be working for the SEC. He was working for private organizations, and he was not even listening to the rules he was supposed to be following when working at the SEC. He was only focused on his jobs being given to him by private organizations, and one of them was getting Ethereum its free pass. So guys, last of all, and most importantly, how does this relate to the Ripple SEC case? Yes, Ethereum got a free pass and Bill Hinman was corrupted in helping this happen. But how does this affect the Ripple SEC case? And don't listen to me, let's listen to Jeremy Hogan. He says, I couldn't figure out how the Twitter sleuth's evidence of discriminatory SEC behavior could fit into the Ripple case. So I reread the Fox case and found this article on it, and there it was. In sense, a discriminatory enforcement is evidence of lack of fair notice. And if we zoom in and take a look right here, it says, and because the regulations were so standardless that they authorized or encouraged seriously discriminatory enforcement. So what Jeremy Hogan is pointing out here is the fact that there is actually legal precedent that points to the fact that Ethereum getting a free pass and then Ripple being attacked on many of the attributes that Ethereum got away with shows that the enforcement going on in the crypto market is completely arbitrary. And the fact that the SEC was willing to do such a contradictory lawsuit towards Ripple when they gave Ethereum the free pass is direct evidence that there is no clear rules for these crypto firms to follow. So this is a direct booster of Ripple's fair notice defense and shows that despite the fact that they tried to do everything they could to be a responsible custodian of the XRP, it didn't matter because the SEC could always turn around and one day say, hey, there's no rules, so based on the rules we made up today, you're out of compliance, and that is exactly what happened. The good news about all of this, though, is that the XRP community is on top of this.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.